Take a look at our tail of the tape for our opening matchup between Austin Dulay and Jose Luis Gallegos. Sean.
Dulay's a little taller and he's a little longer. Let's see how he uses it.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Staples Center here in Los Angeles for PBC on FS1. We are also live for our brave servicemen and women watching live on the Armed Forces Network. We begin the night, 10 rounds this in the lightweight division. Your three judges scoring this contest at ringside will be Jose Cobian, Pat Russell, and Zachary Young. The referee in charge when the bell sounds is Thomas Taylor. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes in wearing the red trunks trimmed with the white. Weighing in officially at 136.5 pounds. His record 19 wins, 14 of those coming by way of knockout against 9 losses. Joining us from Bakersfield, California. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jose Luis Gallegos. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He comes in adored in the gray and the black, weighing in officially at 137.75 pounds. His professional record, 13 wins, 10 of those coming by way of knockout against 2 losses. Joining us from Nashville, Tennessee, he is the fighting pride of the 615, Austin Dulay.
Boxer Chief, second center. Mouthpiece, mouthpiece. All right, belt line's good here, gentlemen. Belt line's good here. I gave your instructions in the back. Protect yourselves at all times and listen to my commands. Touch them up, gentlemen. Back to your corner.
Closed captioning is available for tonight's telecast, and if you would like to hear the broadcast in Spanish, click over to the simulcast on Fox Deportes. Austin Dulay looking to get back in the win column after suffering a loss in his hometown against Diego Magdaleno back on February 15 on the undercard of Caleb Plant's world title defense over Vincent Vigan Boots.
You ready?
He said it was quite a learning experience, as Jordan Plant pointed out. Jose Luis Gallegos, we saw him on September 23 in a loss at the hands of the undefeated Nestor Bravo.
Those losses are always learning experiences.
Well, he came up short against Chris Colbert as well a few years ago, but he dropped down to 130. Obviously, he felt that 130 is a weight that didn't serve him well, but he feels like he is almost reborn in many instances heading into this fight, Sean.
Well, you know what, and I'll tell you right now, we expected a higher work rate from him, and I'm not seeing that. Get that jab moving. Get that jab moving, Delay, and start setting up some things. It's only the first round, but you got to start working.
Well, Jordan pointed out that his numbers are about 15 punches less than the lightweight average. I mean, you don't have a problem with that in your fights whatsoever.
And I hate saying, you know, get to work, because I know anyone out there listening knows me, knows that I like a high work rate. And it's really not about the rate at which you're punching. Is just about what are you setting up and what are you heading towards. And right now, Delay is just watching, and there's nothing being set up.
Sean, could it be the fact that Austin Dulay, he has 10 of his 13 wins have come by way of knockout, that he's too enamored with his power?
Yeah, that happens, but at this point in his career, I think he'd be past that, especially after having the loss to Magdaleno. I think he understands now that every fight's not going to be a knockout, and there has to be more to your arsenal. Awesome. Which is why, you know, they picked on Larry Wade to get some consulting, trying to get better, you know, so come out here and prove it.
Larry Wade, strength and conditioning coach that works with you, and also Caleb Plant as well, one of the best in the business, as we approach 65 seconds in round 1.
Also, Badu Jack, I can't let you short Badu.
No question. Right now, though, but for Jose Luis Gallegos, we've seen him against the likes of Jack DePoro last June here in California at the Saboba Casino. And also, we saw him against Nestor Bravo, and he's a good litmus test for a young prospect or someone who's trying to get back to contender status.
You know, the thing I see when I watch
Gallegos
is it's almost like he has to feel you on him until that's where he works.
Good shot by Dulay moments ago. That hurt him and stopped Gallegos in his tracks.
We've been seeing a big uppercut lately from a lot of these fighters, especially the smaller fighters, particular Tank. but there's a big uppercut from the outside. It's a punch you don't see often, and early on it lands.
Listen for the bell, gentlemen. Listen for that bell.
Austin Dulay trying to assert himself here, and a straight left that knocked back Gallegos. Austin Dulay showcasing some of his power in our opening stanza with the left.
It's like he said, oh yeah, we got to go to work.
And here
big
is
straight left right there, and then here's a big overhand left. He's finding the counters. That's one thing I knew about Dulay coming into this fight is that he's got really good eyes in the ring. He can see the punches when they open.
Sean, in order for Gallegos to get the win over Dulay, what does he have to do?
He's got to be aggressive with his hands. Right there, this is what we see him do. He plods his guys, and he doesn't throw his hands. Plod, walk up with some punches, and you got to punch as well. And defense. I need more defense this round from Gallegos.
For Austin Dulay, what does he have to do in order to get the win?
Control the distance like he just did that first round. Control it with the jab and some big uppercuts right there as well. And he's got to land that straight left. We saw him land that a couple of times and break down Gallegos. Go to the body, let some good body shots, take something out of him, and he'll fold if you get to the body early.
Well, I think it's clear, especially in his last fight against Nestor Bravo, that Gallegos has a strong chin. So a way to combat that is, as you pointed out, to attack the body.
Yeah, you got to attack the body, and a lot of young guys don't know that. A lot of young corners don't know that. So we'll see if they pick up on that. They got to go to Gallegos' body, Dulay in his corner. They should know that.
For Austin Dulay, he's only 25 years of age. He has a daughter. When I asked him about if he wanted to switch his training camp location, he said, no, I feel good fighting at home. You've told me the same thing, that you like to be around your family and friends as well during training camp.
Everybody is different. We've seen guys who have their wives and family in the corner, in the back room before a fight, and there's other guys who like that solitude away from their family and friends. So I've grown to enjoy my family and having them around just about up until the moment I leave for the fight.
Listen, too much isolation can drive you crazy, at least in my opinion.
Absolutely, especially right now.
We hope all of you are safe and sound. No fans in attendance here at Staples Center. We miss all of you and can't wait for all of our events to have world-class fight fans, because you are the lifeblood of the sport. The minute has elapsed in our second round. We are starting to see that Dulay is warming up.
Yeah, I mean, everyone calls the first round a filling out round. I just don't believe in it, but I get it. You know, sometimes you got to get in there, get warm, especially out here with no fans. It takes you a little while to get started.
Coming up on the midway point of the second, as Gallegos trying to crowd him. I will say with Gallegos, he is a slow starter. It takes him a little while to get revved up. He got revved up in the second half of his fight against Nestor Bravo on September 23 here in FS1. Right now, though, he was attacking the body of Dulay.
Yeah, it's funny. If you let Gallegos get started, he actually will get revved up and let his hands go and possibly even hurt you. So I like to see this go a few rounds. I like to see Gallegos, like he's doing right now, get a little bit more warmed up and see where this fight goes.
How much of a statement would it be if Austin Dulay is able to stop Gallegos?
It's a statement because Gallegos is hard to hurt and he's hard to keep down. He's a guy who's not going to stop. He's got the will of a champion, and that would definitely be a big statement for Dulay, knocking out Gallegos.
Gallegos originally from Chicago, now living in Bakersfield, which is about 90 minutes away from here. A little bit more central to the state of Cali. Under 30 seconds left here in the second. Gallegos smashes a right hand on the left cheekbone of Dulay. There's a straight left that connected for the Nashville product. There's a nice uppercut by Dulay.
Yeah, but what about the pivot into the uppercut? I like that. He set that up. Great pivot right there at the end of the round.
The uppercut is starting to become a weapon of choice for Austin Dulay, the 25-year-old.
Yeah, the uppercut's been evident the entire fight. Dulay's got very good hand speed, and I spoke on this the first round, his eyes. He's being able to see the right punches and throw them.
Austin Dulay has a special bond with the current super middleweight champion of the world.
Caleb wanted to say hi to you real quick. He's about to go to the gym, Austin. He wanted to pop in real fast.
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
How you doing? I just want to tell y'all I love y'all, man. I miss you, and just stay locked in, man. And no matter how grimy you get in there, stay composed, and you know what I'm saying, just handle your business.
I got you. I love you too, brother. I really appreciate that, man.
Yeah. And Fred, you ugly as hell.
You talking about him? His big old head?
Yeah, damn, boy.
My head is in there with Austin's too. Look, it still fits.
That's all right. I'm out. Love you, man. Handle your business.
Love you too, man.
Gotta love that bond between Caleb Platt and Austin Dulay. Caleb looks at Austin like a little brother.
People don't know this, man. Boxing game, we're all tight knit. It's like a family affair. It's a big family, small circle, and we all treat each other like family.
What does that mean for you when you're a young fighter coming up, Sean, and you get words of encouragement from a world champion?
Oh, it's done. I've had that time and time again coming up, and even now, it's amazing. It really kind of helps you confirm where you're at that point, and a lot of them give you energy to go where you want to go.
I even say, even as a commentator, having spoken with Jim Lampley, when he gives me words of encouragement, it certainly gets me amped up.
Eyes open, yeah, ears wide open, and you're ready to receive it all.
What about that counterpunch that Dulay just threw?
There's another big straight left. He's a good counterpuncher. Punches in between the hands of Gallegos. I like what Dulay is doing. He's being surgical right now, throwing the right punches, not wasting energy.
With more on the counterpunching ability of Austin Dulay, here's Jordan Plant.
Yeah, thanks, Ray. Guys, I just want to get in on this because when you see a southpaw versus an orthodox fighter, you want to try to keep your foot on the outside, and that's what Dulay is doing a good job of. He's keeping his foot on the outside, and then the way he landed that straight left was he slipped the punch, boom, landed a straight left hand. And I think another thing he could do to add to his counterpunching is maybe instead of just one punch, put 2 or 3 behind it, because then those you might land a few more. Guys, what do you think?
I actually agree with what Jordan said.
I agree.
100%.
I agree 100%. Let's not forget her husband is a boxer, so she knows her stuff.
Not just a boxer, the super middleweight champion of the world.
Absolutely.
Well, Dulay, it's one shot at a time, but I feel almost, Sean, like he's finding his rhythm.
Yeah, it's one shot at a time, you know. They called on Laurie Wade for consulting. That doesn't mean that it's all going to show up right now tonight. But moving forward, that's where they want to get to. But tonight, this is all he needs. He needs this pace. He needs to be able to see what he wants to see, and he capitalizes when he sees it.
He was supposed to fight an undefeated opponent, but that fell through. Thus, enter Jose Luis Gallegos on 1 week's notice. But if you are going to fight a replacement opponent, I think Gallegos is the right guy because he is going to make you work.
Well, yeah, he's the right guy because he's going to make you work. And he's going to test you, take you through some things, you know. Right now, even testing Dulay, he's not falling. You know, so Dulay's got to weather the storm of just understanding what he needs to do to knock out Gallegos.
Under 30 seconds to go here in the third round. We'll expound more upon Jose Luis Gallegos coming up in a few moments. But so far, Austin Dulay is setting the pace and the tempo in having success.
Everything is landing to the head. I love to see him go to the body now. You're in control. Go to the body. Break your guy down.
The jab snapped back the head of Gallegos like a Pez dispenser as we are nearing the end of the third stanza.
Right there.
Good round.
Austin Dulay showcasing his technical brilliance in the early going here on FS1. As we enter round 4 here at Staples Center, Ray Flores, Sean Porter, Jordan Plant, what do you see so far through the first 3 from Dulay?
I see he's sharp, he's fast, he's quick, and he's throwing the right punches and landing them.
Austin Dulay seems extremely relaxed, largely in part due to the fact that he's having success with that left, and also I like the left uppercut that he is using.
Oh, for sure. When you're in control, you are relaxed. I can attest to that. So, but again, in the ring with a guy like Gallegos, is going to apply some pressure and just stand right there in front of you. It's hard.
Let's take a look at your scorecard, Sean. How do you see it thus far?
Dulay's in control. No surprise there. We're talking about him stopping Gallegos. What does he need to do to step it up? Go to the body.
Gallegos is getting more aggressive. There's a big right hand that stopped Dulay. It buzzed him momentarily. The best punch of the fight for Gallegos, and now he's looking to cut off the distance now.
Listen, let me see. No damage here. Come here, let me see the head. Got an accidental headbutt, no cut. Guys, watch those heads on the inside, all right? Let's go.
Thomas Taylor, veteran official that's been refereeing for well over 10 years. I think he's one of the fastest rising referees in the sport. Talking about the ill-advised headbutt, unintentional.
One thing people don't know right now, fighting in these conditions, having no fans, your corner has to be your fans. And right now, Gallegos' team, they're a little louder, and they're pushing their guy forward, and he's starting to work a little bit more now.
I almost feel like they are galvanizing him in many aspects, Sean.
I think so. I think that they're giving him the right energy and giving him the right information too, you know. But we still see him standing around and not being aggressive enough with his hands.
A straight left that sprayed Gallegos moments ago by Dulay. And now Gallegos, his motor has kicked into a second gear, but he just gets popped with two straight lefts.
Two straight lefts. It's almost like he doesn't see him coming. I'm sure that sounds bad, me saying that, but he's right there to be hit.
Under a minute to go here in the fourth round.
Biggest key for him was defense, and it can't be just wearing the hands on your gloves or your head.
There's a straight left over the top by Dulay, but Gallegos is trying to close the distance.
And then, hey, guess what? Sometimes your offense is your defense.
True.
Go get him, Gallegos.
Well, Gallegos is of Mexican descent. He's of the mindset, let me eat 2 or 3 to deliver that 1 or 2.
It's dangerous. It's a dangerous game, that you play when you try to eat something to deliver some.
We are nearing the end of the fourth round between the Nashville product, Austin Dulay, who is 13-2. His 2 losses coming at the hands of Diego Magdaleno and Chris Colbert. He's trying to get back in the win column against Jose Luis Gallegos, also coming off of a loss against Nestor Bravo back on September 23.
Big straight lefts from that.
The action is intensifying, but the last time we saw Austin Dulay was back, and this is on September 23rd. Nestor Bravo, Jose Luis Gallegos here on FS1. In the second half of the fight, though, he really came on strong, but it was foul-filled for Nestor Bravo, Sean.
Yeah, Gallegos, he's tough. He's going to last, and he's going to keep coming no matter what. I think Dulay in his corner, they need to understand that they're in the ring with a tough guy, and they got to go to his body and break him down.
Jack Reese deducted 2 points from Bravo, but Bravo had a sizable enough lead to get the unanimous decision victory. But still, it showed that Gallegos can push a young prospect who is on the precipice of being a contender.
I think right now, if anything, that may be why Dulay and his team decided to take this fight. They knew they would get some rounds. They wouldn't be in serious danger. And they would have an opportunity to stop a guy who's hard to stop.
Austin Dulay, another straight left. I got to tell you, the hand speed is clearly evident and in the favor of the 25-year-old from Nashville.
Yeah, and you talk about a guy who's not throwing anything in Gallegos. Well, he can't contend with the hand speed or the foot speed, and I think that's what's stopping him from even obtaining any type of rhythm at all with being aggressive.
There were points of the third round where he started cutting off the ring and he landed his best punch which was a straight right. But since that time, Dulay has regained the momentum.
And you gotta say, you were cutting off the ring, you were being aggressive, letting your hands go. Why'd you stop? I can't see any reason why he would stop doing that, except for the fact that he just is not prepared to fight that way consistently.
Could it be a case that he's just eating too many straight lefts and uppercuts?
I mean, yeah, he's eating them, but he's still coming. He's still in the ring. I don't think he's hurt. And I don't think Dulay has taken enough out of him for him to not be able to react when he needs to.
We are over the halfway mark of our fifth round. Austin Dulay would no doubt. And now let's send to ringside. Here's Jordan Plant.
Thanks, Ray. Hey, Sean, I want to go back to what you were saying about how he's not doing what he was at the beginning of the fight, and I agree with you, but I think it's more so because of experience. He only has 15 pro fights. I mean, look how many fights you have and the experience the skin you have in the game. And this is something I still think that the younger guys have to learn is, hey, when things don't go your way, you can't revert back to your old ways. You have to stick to the game plan, stick to your technique.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that, Jordan. Stop giving me all this education right now. But no, I agree with you. I think that, right now, if we're talking about Dulay, he's doing the right things, and I just think he needs to do a little bit more of it.
Nice shot there as both men trying to assert themselves as we near the conclusion of the fifth. A left uppercut that jolted the jaw of Gallegos.
It's almost like he can touch him whenever he wants to, and I feel like he's still holding back Dulay. I think he could do more.
Dulay looks to be a lot more fluid, and he gets sprayed with the left hook upstairs from Gallegos. The action is heating up here between Austin Dulay and Jose Luis Gallegos, but the Nashville native crafty with his left uppercut, and man oh man did it find its home, and it's been connecting upon Jose Luis Gallegos. For Austin Dulay, it's been all straight lefts along with left uppercut, Sean.
Dulay, every time he throws the left hand, he lines it up by stepping off to his right side, like right there. Even when you see the double lefts, like we do right here, he's stepping off to his right, which lines him up for that straight left hand, and Gallegos just does not know when it's coming, and he does not know how to defend it.
Numerically, Dulay is landing nearly double the amount that Gallegos, 72 for Dulay, 38 for Gallegos. So the numbers don't lie in that regard, Sean.
No, they don't, but that last round was the closest round that Gallegos had. He had some big punches in that fifth round, but I still couldn't give it to him because not much more than 3 or 4 big punches.
This is almost par the course for Gallegos in the sense that he did this against Jack Taporo back on June 1, 2019 when he came on late. He did this against Nestor Bravo when he feels like guys don't have the ability to knock him out. He really picks up the pace in the second half of the fight.
No football team wants to play from behind. You don't want to be playing catch-up all night. And even though Gallegos has done this in the past, this is not what he wants to do tonight. You don't want to be this far behind trying to play catch-up.
Yeah, he needs more offense in the first half of the fight. He reminds me of my favorite football team, the Bears, who come from behind or try to come from behind all the time, but that doesn't work well to their advantage.
Yeah.
But that's another topic for another day.
We see a combination right there. 3 punches, all 3 of them land. Why not continue to use that hand speed and land from the outside?
Moving forward is Gallegos. But for Dulay, what does he have to do, Sean, to try to make that big moment and finish off Gallegos?
If I was Dulay, what I would do is throw 2 or 3 jabs, get Gallegos' hands up, and then dip down to the body. It's not about being aggressive. It's not about getting close. Land some good straight lefts. They all landed to the face. Land some to the body. Trust me, it will take whatever's in Gallegos out. It will slow him down. It will. If it was a game and he was at 90%, going to his body would take him quickly, 70%, 60%, and then you have an opportunity to knock him out.
We approach a minute to go in the 6th round, and also attacking the body makes it harder to breathe, especially in the later rounds.
True, especially when you're going 10 rounds. Then you got it. We call it putting deposits in the bank. You know, you never take them out, but eventually in that 10th round, that's when you need to make that go in and into that bank and take out that big deposit.
Yeah, you want to go collect for a rainy day.
There you go.
Austin Dulay using his jab, maintaining the distance, but Gallegos trying to close it. And there's I believe, a headbutt.
Let me see. Accidental headbutt. Let me see. Stay right here. All right. All right, stay right here. Okay, I've got an accidental headbutt. He took the worst of it. We got some swelling going on. We're going to give him some time. Give me time. Stay right here. It happens. All right, take your time.
Take a look at it again, Sean.
I like what Ref said. He said it happens, you know?
Well, especially when you have a conventional fighter against a southpaw.
Yeah, something like that is bound to happen just because of the angles
I have a little bit of an abrasion too, okay?
from.
Accidental headbutt.
The feet,
Guys, again, watch the heads, all right?
the lead hands,
Time in.
and the heads are always bound to clash.
What was it like for you? And we'll talk about that a little bit later. Find a moment to the 6th round.
You see the body? He's going to the body. I want to see more of that. Go to the body.
Dulay into the strongest that he's been at the end of the 6th. Oh, that headbutt might have upset him.
Both you guys listen for that bell.
Later in the night, Javier Fortuna, the former world champion from the Dominican Republic. He's in action against Antonio Lozada Jr. Sean, I can't wait for this matchup. I think it is going to be high action.
Action-packed. I'm excited for that. That's why I came tonight.
And speaking of action, this young man, Austin Dulay, at 25 years of age, has been demonstrating some more action, as he told us in fighter meetings.
This has been a good fight to watch. It's been a fun fight to watch. Controlled by Dulay, with Gallegos starting to come on now.
Sean,
second half of the fight, so I guess that's what we expected.
How do you see the fight thus far?
Right now, I have Dulay pitching a shutout. That was a close round, especially near the end, but still not enough from Gallegos for me to give him any of these rounds.
Dulay landed a fight-high 22 punches in the 6th, Gallegos only 8, so it seems like Dulay is unrelenting in his approach.
I'm glad that the numbers and the statistics reflect what I just said, because I wasn't sure who won that last round.
Well, so far it has been, I think, a growing process for Austin Dulay. And look, I think there's too much of an emphasis in boxing now on guys who have 1 or 2 losses and then they're written off immediately. It's okay to lose once or twice because you can get back to championship level.
Especially this kid Dulay. Looking at him, you wouldn't know he has any losses at all. However, with that being said, if anyone were to just look at his record, they wouldn't want to put him on TV because he has 2 losses. So I think right there's your fantastic point. You got a kid who's very skillful, fast, strong, powerful, and just needs opportunity. And PBC is giving him one tonight.
And he lands a sneaky straight left along with the right hook as Gallegos chases him around the ring, but there's no point in chasing someone around the ring if you aren't going to throw.
Yeah. The number 1 key I have for Gallegos is be aggressive behind your hands. Good body shots and good work, but it's almost like he has to feel the kid on his body in order for him to feel comfortable punching.
There was a moment ago that Dulay almost smiled at the camera after he ate a body shot from Gallegos, and there could be an indication that he got hurt in that process, or at least he was aware of it.
No, definitely aware of it. A lot of us are aware every time we get touched, but I don't know. Maybe he's playing to the crowd that's not here.
To the television audience.
Yeah.
Well, numerically, you see Austin Dulay is clearly out in front when it comes to punches landed, as we are in the final moments of this, our 7th round. He has Nashville clearly behind him. He has the 615 there on his trunks. He is, as many people think, the boxing younger brother of Caleb Plant, but Gallegos pounds his chest and say, come on.
He's tough. He's tough. Dulay, step to him. Go to his body. You know, he started to move a little bit more, which is that's not a bad thing, especially when you're winning the fight.
Up a little bit, right?
And it's opening up Gallegos, making him move his feet.
All right, just keep him up. Let's go.
Final moments of the 7th round between Austin Dulay and Jose Gallegos.
Listen for that bell, gentlemen. Listen for the bell.
Sound during these rather difficult times in the world with COVID-19. On to round 9, just the 2nd time that Austin Dulay has been past the 7th round.
This is when it gets interesting for Dulay, because this is the moments where he's got to rely more on his mind than the physical attributes that he has.
We've been pointing out how Gallegos gets better as the fight progresses. He had his best round in the 8th, landing a fight-high 18 punches, 5 more than his next best round.
Remember I said Gallegos needs to feel his guy on his body in order for him to release his hands. The worst thing that Dulay could do right now is stand there, and not only that, but lean in and allow Gallegos to feel him on his body. He'll let his hands go and touch him.
Now Gallegos seems a little bit reluctant to throw. Sean?
I know you're expecting the answer right there. I don't have it. I'm like, yeah, he is reluctant to throw. What happened?
You know, he just kind of is just there, and
yeah, I mean,
could it be that he's conserving energy?
Well, I don't know how many seconds we got right there in the beginning of the round. Maybe about 30 seconds. There was a little back and forth. Maybe he threw it all, and he's got nothing else.
And a big stiff jab that snapped back the head of Gallegos. 100 seconds remaining here in the 9th as Austin Dulay is in control. How much of a confidence booster is this for the 25-year-old?
You know, I think number 1 is getting in the ring, especially right now with everything that's going on. I think number 2 is obviously getting the win. But number 3, you get confidence from understanding that your next fight's going to be bigger than this one.
I tell you what, Jose Gallegos has one heck of a chin because he absorbed 2 big laser straight lefts from Austin Dulay 30 seconds ago.
Trust me, a lot of people would say, oh, Dulay just can't punch. No, it's not Dulay. Gallegos has a chin, and he's got a head that's very strong, and he's not going to sit down.
It is a tough way to make a living, but I grew up on the mindset of some guys are just opponents and are going to make you work. They can beat some prospects occasionally, but it is okay to be a veteran and make a living within this sport.
Yeah, you know, I'm a champion, and so I can't back you up on that one. But I do understand what you're saying. I think at some capacity, a lot of these fighters need those guys who can take them rounds, need those fighters who don't really pose a big threat, but can still challenge them, and that's what Dulay is getting tonight.
What I think of is like the names of Emmanuel Augustus and Mickey Ward, guys like that were wonderful and fun action fighters, but were they ultimately pound for pound rankings? No, but that's okay for what they were able to do.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing with those guys, the big difference is they had skills and could punch, and right now Gallegos isn't doing that.
Final moments of the 9th, we enter the 10th and final round between Austin Dulay and Jose Gallegos. Another straight left. Oh, man. The punch selection.
The straight left is there all night. And that one, a lot of the straight lefts are landing almost on the forehead. So, I mean, maybe another thing you could talk about or improve is your accuracy.
Last round, gentlemen, we're going to bring to the center when the bell rings, and we're going to touch gloves and go to action, right?
Yes, sir. Tienes que dejar todo. ¿Entiendes? Dejar ir todo. Okay. Okay. Último round.
Going Austin Dulay with his father, Fred Dulay.
Vamos, deja todo.
He's going to come out there. He's going to come out here wild. Hey, he's going to come out wild. So miss on his chest. Turn, just check hook, turn. Good defense. All right, I love you, man. Let's go. Let's finish strong, man. Let's go. Stay right here. Stay right here. Stay right here. Stay there. Stay there. Mouthpiece.
10th and final round coming up between Austin Dulay and Jose Gallegos. And so far, Sean, it has been an impressive performance by the fighter from the 615 in Nashville.
Yeah, this was the night that Dulay needed. He needed a long night. He needed a night that he could get back in the ring and feel good about himself. And right now, I'm sure he does.
As we enter the 10th and final round, how do you have it thus far?
Shout out. This is all Dulay all day and all night. And even right now, understanding that Gallegos is going to pour it all out, he's ready to move, and he's ready to punch and continue to move and punch.
Well, Gallegos is coming forward and throwing punches. Dulay seems willing to oblige to that demand from Gallegos.
Yeah, I tell him to use his feet a little more and continue to keep that distance away from Gallegos.
Now, I want to go back to a point that I brought up in the 9th round. I wasn't comparing Gallegos to the likes of Mickey Ward. I just meant in the sense that it's okay to be a guy that's a veteran and make a living in this sport to try to go ahead and feed your family.
Yeah, so. I took what you said and I ran with it.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure to clarify that it wasn't comparing it to those fighters.
I jumped all over it. I'm like, no, he's no Mickey Ward. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, this is his profession, and being able to provide for his family, obviously for him, the best way that he can is being able to get in there and take some shots.
Well, he certainly brings his best every single time, does Jose Gallegos. He is 3-1 over his last 4 fights, that only blemish coming at the hands of Nestor Bravo. But when he's gone up in competition, he hasn't fared too well.
You know, I'm going to complain right now. I saw one straight left to the body from Dulay, and it just happened right there in about 20 to 30 seconds ago. There should have been more of that instead of the straight left to the head. Another headbutt there.
You hate to see that.
Stay right here. Stay right here.
Head clash.
Look up.
Clash.
All right, stay right here.
A headbutt. If I say headbutt, that insinuates that it was on purpose.
You got a lot of action going on.
That's why.
All right, you got an accidental headbutt. All right, you give them both a little time. Go over there for me.
It's the 3rd time in the fight that this has happened.
You both took a good hit there, right? You okay? Yeah. You continue.
Oof.
All right, stay right here for me.
How difficult is it to deal with that, Sean?
Time in.
For me, it's not hard. I'm guessing right now, near the end of the fight, and Dulay being in control the way that he is, he just wants to get out of the ring at this point. And so something like that would bother.
So playing devil's advocate, Dulay is likely in line for a shutout, but would you like to see more out of Dulay, or is Gallegos the kind of guy that you need to have that one-punch eraser in order to finish him?
No, I think that Dulay's got some things he needs to work on, and he's going to continue to work on them. They called on Coach Larry Ray for consulting. Good move there. And I think being able to recognize what's going to be the most effective thing for you in the ring, to me, it would have been going to the body early. But I've been in this sport a long time, amateur and pro, so I recognize that early.
Not that he ever needed anything to regain his confidence, but I think it is evident that there are no ill effects from the loss against Diego Magdaleno from February 15.
In fact, that was a fight I thought he could have won.
Nice uppercut. Austin Dulay finishing strong to end the 10th and final round. Look at that handspin. He rocked Gallegos to end the fight.
Goodness.
That was some sizzle from the 615 of Nashville. Straight week, let's take a look at how the action unfolded between Austin Dulay and Jose Gallegos.
Austin Dulay brought two big weapons to the ring. A straight left, like we're seeing right here, and he also brought a crazy no-look uppercut. The straight left was landing all night, double straight lefts, doubling up on it, then he was moving to his right as he was throwing them, lining it up beautifully. He did great tonight.
Well, he certainly felt great. Let's take a look at how the punch stat numbers unfolded, Sean.
Look at the numbers. Almost double what Gallegos was able to do. Austin Dulay landed. Outlanded, outworked, and he did a terrific job.
Bro. I really
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. Judges at ringside, Zachary Young and Jose Cobian scored 100 to 90, and Pat Russell sees it 99 to 91. All for your winner by unanimous decision, Austin Dulay.
I love you, Kaya.